G'day guys, Matt here from Not in the Manual. Just wanted to make a short video today just to explain. I've been having a few issues with my camera gear, just with the sound recording and the camera turning off, and I was using an older GoPro, so I don't know whether it was an overheating issue or just a fault with the camera, but it was pretty old, so I decided to get another one. And the reason I went for a GoPro was it's just going to be a versatile camera for me. I do a bit of filming while I'm mountain biking, and you know, it's a good robust camera. You know, maybe that was the issue with my old one, having a few mountain bike crashes and while I was filming, and you know, the camera getting beaten around a bit. But I've got another GoPro. I got the GoPro Hero 10. I got the medium mod, so I can plug in the external the Rode wireless microphones that I use, and it seems pretty good so far. This is just a test drive this morning, and oh damn, we're hitting the usual traffic. We might have to fast forward this bit, but yeah, you know, this camera is just better for me. Versatile. I think they're good for beginners. You're not having to worry so much about focus. It's got a really big depth of field, so you don't need to worry about that. It's pretty good at getting the contrast between the road and the inside of the car. It tends to, you can process that pretty easily afterwards. And this one I can film at a higher quality. The other one, if I filmed at anything above 1080, the camera overheated. This camera is capable of, you know, 5K cinematic, but I'm a bit worried this might overheat. So I need to do a few more tests with that and see what happens. But this morning, yeah, I want to show you a couple of issues I've been having as well that I've noticed with this latest software update. And just to see, put it out there and see if anyone else is having the issues. One thing with this car is the school zones. It's just not recognizing school zones at all anymore since this latest update. I didn't realize because I've been leaving a bit earlier and missing the school zone time. So I've had this update for a while now, but really only just noticed it. You know, I'm traveling. The school zones here in Australia or in Sydney are from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and I go through several of them on the way to work, but I'm normally going through a bit earlier than that. So today I just left a bit later to make sure I get the school zones so I can show you. And also just show you, I've been meaning to get a video of it. It's coming up down here a bit further. There's a sign here. This is a bit of a steep hill going down to a bridge and traffic lights. And there's a speed limit for trucks only, so they don't want trucks going down here at full pace, and it's 70 kilometres an hour for cars, and then it's 40 kilometres an hour for trucks. So there's a speed sign here that has 70 and 40, and we'll be able to see it on the car here. It flicks between 70, 40, 70, 40, and the car can't make a decision. And that's the sort of thing I think that full self-driving is going to have to deal with and make a decision and be able to actually read text on signs and interpret that text. And you know, I don't know whether, you know, with the full self-driving package, whether it's better at interpreting those signs. But here's a sign coming up now. I'm not too sure whether you can see it, but it says, you know, 40 trucks and buses and 70 cars. So you know, I didn't see it flickering there. That it struggles with the one further down. I wasn't watching the screen, but there's another one coming. This is the one where I normally see it. This gives you an idea of the traffic I need to deal with. This is actually a good day. This is normally kilometres further back. So yeah, I've just been noticing it with this one. Just the school zone thing doesn't come up at all, and I'll throw it on autopilot. That's what I normally am doing through here. So 70, set to 70 max, and yeah, we'll get to that speed sign in a sec. So I set it to here and we'll see what happens. But yeah, school zone is just non-existent. Normally it comes up and says 40 and it has a little time clock symbol. And then you get the option, you can then hold down the gear shift stalk and then set your speed to 40, so that, you know, using autopilot, you don't then have to just wind the thumb wheel down to set your speed to 40. And it was quite handy having the car bring that up. Just convenient if you're using autopilot all the time. It's great to have those school zones come up. Okay, we're coming up to the sign now. See, 40, 70, 40, 70, it doesn't know, it's picked 40. So it's random, sometimes it picks 70, sometimes it picks 40 as the speed limit. So yeah, the car gets quite confused with those. It also shows you that it's reading the speed signs as well. It's not just relying on the GPS data for the speed zones. For me, it seems like it uses a combination, because sometimes when the speed zone signs are blocked by a truck or something there, it will still change the speed zone. So it's using a combination of the map data and the camera information. So just between here and the school zone, I just want to talk about a couple of other issues I've been having. The dash cam, I've been getting an error with the dash cam and having to format the USB since with this latest update as well. And a friend of mine has a car bought around the same time as this. It's exactly the same car, different color, and they are getting the same issue. So I know that one should be a common issue. It hasn't done it the last couple of days. It was doing it every day. Every day I had to format the USB. I haven't had an update since then, but it seems to have not been as bad the last couple of days. So it comes up with a little X at the top of the dash cam icon, and I've got that icon customized so the dash cam's there. So if there's an incident that I want to record, I can just quickly press that. I don't need to go through another menu. That's another issue with the version 11 software. I'd love to have a lot more icons down the bottom, and it's gradually getting there. We've been able to put more there. We can now put the seat heaters there, so they're gradually improving it. But this one, losing the school zones from here, I think is potentially a bit of a safety issue, and it's something that's always been there. I've had the car for almost a year now. I just got my registration renewal, so that's a bit of a surprise. The year's gone pretty quick. I was without the car for probably 3 or 4 months over that time after I had the accident, but so I really don't have a lot of kilometers on the car yet for a year. I normally do about 20,000 kilometers a year. I've almost got 11,000 kilometers. So that's not just due to the accident. We had a COVID lockdown, but I was still going to work. I can't work from home, but yeah, that's, I'm hoping to now, it's becoming a bit more acceptable to get out of Sydney and go and visit customers now. So hoping to do some longer trips and just document those for you guys, and just show you a little bit about supercharging and trip planning and things there, which is obviously much easier to do with a Tesla. But I'll be going to areas just outside of Sydney, within a couple of hours of Sydney. So it's going to be a pretty common drive for people out of Sydney or out of a major city, within 2 or 3 hours of a major city. And these cars can do that quite easily. And there's pretty good charging infrastructure normally close to big cities. So if you're staying within that radius, those sort of trips are going to be pretty easy with an electric vehicle, whether it's a Tesla or not. There's between Sydney and Canberra as well. Canberra is the capital of Australia, but it's sort of in a really remote location inland, 3 hours south of Sydney and inland a bit. And my theory's always been, because of the politicians going back and forth between Sydney and Canberra, they've got some pretty good electric charging infrastructure between Sydney and Canberra. So that's another little journey that is really simple to do. I think a lot of EVs now would do that 3-hour journey without a charge. But if you want to arrive at your destination and have enough charge to actually go and do some things that day you arrive, then and not have to charge once you get there, then it's probably good to have a little break in between. There's a town called Goulburn, which is basically halfway between Sydney and Canberra, or close enough. There's superchargers there. There's ultra-fast chargers there. I think there's 3 or 4 ultra-fast chargers. I think they're ChargeFox ones, ChargeFox NRMA partnership. And then there's also superchargers at Goulburn. The ultra-fast 350 kilowatt ChargeFox chargers are the most convenient. So they're the ones that, you know, you'd go to. If they were full, then you go to the supercharger. So at the moment, most of those chargers are free if you're an NRMA member, roadside service member. So that's one reason. Even though you've got Tesla roadside assistance, I think it's actually quite good to have an NRMA membership as well, just to supplement that and give you a bit more coverage. And you get a couple of bonuses with the NRMA memberships as well. That, you know, and I've always been an NRMA member, so I think it's a handy thing to have. It's getting quite expensive these days, but you've just got to take advantage of all the discounts and offers and things that come along with that. But yeah, back onto the Dashcam thing, I stumbled across that one day driving, and I had a bit of an incident. I thought, I'm going to document that and watch that back later, and looked down and there was a big cross on the Dashcam icon, and thought, well, you know, what's going on here? And it was saying error, and saying that, yeah, needed to form, there is an error with the USB device. And it's still the original Tesla 128 gigabyte thumb drive that's in there, so I hadn't changed that to an alternate. So first thing I did was formatted it, tried it again. The next day I had the same error come up, and then I tried a different USB stick, a couple of different ones, and all came up with the same error. So I realised it was an error with the car and not with the memory stick. And yeah, that's something that, yeah, I asked my mate, and he said he had the same issue with his car, so he hadn't noticed it yet. So yeah, just something to keep an eye on. Yeah, the Dashcam can be a handy thing if you have an accident, but if you've got that error coming up, it's not going to record anything. So really just be wary. Have a look at your Dashcam icon before you drive each time, and format the USB drive if you've got that error. Then you know it's going to be working for that trip. I'd say this is going to be fixed with the next Tesla update, and let's see. Let's keep an eye on it. I'm still on. We'll go have a look what software I'm on. Software. I'm still on 2022 12.3.2, and I know there are newer versions of that software, but it's not getting pushed to my car for some reason. I don't have full self-driving package, so I'm not going to get the updates till much later than some other people on YouTube get them. That's one of the bonuses of the full self-driving package. So here we are, we're coming into the school zone now. And you'll see it used to just switch over here now and say 40 with a little clock icon. You can see we're definitely the 40 zone, the lights are flashing. You can see here it's not changing. If you're in traffic like this, it's great. But if you have a speed limit warning set to chime, it's not going to chime saying you're in the school zone and you're exceeding the 40. So, you know, just be extra cautious. If you do use that speed alert chime to let you know if you're exceeding the speed limit, and just be cautious with that. And this is something I'm hoping gets fixed in the next software update as well. But I thought I would just do this quick video this morning, just explaining that to you, that and the Dashcam error. I think it's something that you just need to be wary of, and I guess it could save you a few points off your license and a hefty fine with that. So yeah, if there's no traffic around and you miss those flashing lights, I guess just have a bit of extra caution, and your Dashcam too. Make sure you shift that Dashcam icon down to this lower bar. If you don't know how to do that, just a matter of just hold your finger down on that area. Then you get, it's just a matter of sort of dragging and dropping those icons around bring them down the bottom. So your dash cam will come up here, drag it down the bottom, and you can press on these little X's to get rid of them, swap, chop and change them round. There's now some extra ones at the top here that can just be put into these locations at the side. I've got the seat heaters here. That's more relevant for me. I don't need the front and rear defrost. I park in a garage. So yeah, I keep the dash cam down there. So guys, that's it. That's all the video I wanted to make this morning, just as the truck veers into my lane. So I'll leave you to that, and I'm making more videos. I had the camera issues, and I guess, yeah, I was pretty happy with the amount of views I had on my LFP video. That was something I'm passionate's the wrong word. That's something that I've always been intrigued by, is batteries, and I've worked with batteries for years, so I was looking forward to doing that video. And I know that's just it's a hot topic at the moment in the US and the UK, you know, people getting the LFP batteries in the cars as an option, and they're trying to make a decision as to whether they take an earlier delivery and get an LFP battery. So my opinion is still, guys, don't be concerned about that. LFP battery for me has been great. We're getting into some colder weather now. You can see 14 degrees outside. That's usually, we're coming into winter. That's probably going to be an average temperature here in Sydney for winter. So it's not super cold, but you can see my regen is still limited a bit. It takes into account that ambient temperature, and even down to 14 degrees, even with the battery. So my battery's only at 24 degrees. I didn't precondition with the car plugged in this morning. The car was unplugged when I preconditioned, so it didn't heat it up as quickly. So the car's madly trying to heat that up at the moment. The battery inlet's at 27 degrees, and it's letting the rear motor heat up to 35 just to try and help. And so yeah, I'm still getting some limitation there, but I've still got, even limited, I've still got pretty good regen braking. I've got the car in autopilot at the moment, but I can't see the brake pedal depressing much at all. It's still using regen braking for most of it. So guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about this morning. Yeah, appreciate you watching, and yeah, I'll catch you next video. Thanks.